Hi, thanks for stopping by and happy holidays. Tonight we are going to talk about the November-December issue of Analog Science Fiction and Fact magazine. Some great stories in here. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? The first one that I want to talk about is a short story called Moon Santa Mungo. It was by John Edward Uth. It was a very, very sweet short story of a shop owner who owns a Christmas shop on the moon and decides to take a chance on a very big ex-military guy who was very much a Lenny. If you ever had to read of Mice and Men in high school, and many did. So if you're familiar with that, or if you've seen the movie, he's very much a Lenny type character. It was a very sweet story set on the moon, so there's your sci-fi angle, and because it was a Christmas story, full of lots of Christmas puns. So that was pretty fun to read as well. Um, and perfect for the November December Christmas issue. Another really fun one was called Prince of Svalbard by Lewis Evans, which is a story about a band of Vikings that come upon a strange citadel in their wanderings. There's a woman inside the citadel who claims that it is one of many designed to lower the planet's temperature. Of course, the Vikings take this to mean that she is an agent of the frost giants working to cool the planet, and so they kill her. Obviously, this is set in a very far future where global warming has decimated our Earth and serves as an interesting, entertaining cautionary tale. Speaking of cautionary tales and also of the Christmas holiday theme, Ghost of Christmas Future by Eric Klein was another fun short story about an Army MP who unknowingly brings a deadly virus to a crowded mall a week before Christmas, and sort of follows his trajectory from leaving the base after unknowingly becoming infected with this disease, going to the mall, unknowingly infecting a bunch of other people, and how the future of Christmas doesn't really hold out very well for all of humanity as a result. Another kind of cautionary tale again, but also, I thought more importantly, a fun honor way to honor the tradition of scary stories on Christmas Eve. Of course, A Christmas Carol is a ghost story, the granddaddy of them all. It used to be a great tradition of telling scary stories on Christmas Eve. So this was a fun kind of throwback to that. Wolves by Edward Ashton is another fun one. Aliens have conquered the earth and subjugated humanity. The main character of this story is a slave owned by one of these conquering aliens who is forced to hunt down a feral fellow human being. Uh, Martian Fever by Julie Novakova was a fun novelette set on an internationally staffed Martian colony that has to deal with an infectious outbreak that may have been caused by Martian microbiological life. Shades of the Andromeda Strain by Michael Crichton. Of course, they're trapped on Mars as opposed to just in a deep underground bunker. Really explored the feeling of isolation and desperation that such a situation would engender. There was another fun novelette in this issue called Eye for an Eye by Jerry Oltian. That was a story of first contact with an alien race on an alien planet. Humans flew to an alien planet. This alien race, interestingly, they have multiple arms and legs and eyes and eye stalks and like an alien amount, if you will. And the reason for that is because they have an interesting way of sharing and exchanging knowledge through cannibalism. And it led to some kind of fun misunderstandings when the human crew first arrived on the Earth, or on the planet rather, and a delegation comes out to meet them. And one of the first things a member of this delegation does is rip off its own finger and try to feed it to the humans, and then try to take a bite off of one of the humans' hands to ingest his finger, so that they could exchange knowledge. Uh, there's some very amusing moments in that were, cleared up by the end. It was, oh, so that's why you try to do that, because that is how your species exchanges knowledge. Got it. Yeah, we don't work like that as humans. This was actually a follow-up to a story called The Ascension that was printed in this magazine last year, that was focused just on the aliens themselves. So it was a fun chance to revisit that world. Solve for X by J. Cole, another interesting short story from the point of view of a SETI researcher, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, who talks about his reasons for sabotaging a SETI receiver on the moon to prevent Earth from receiving a transmission from an alien intelligence, and his reasons for why he doesn't think humanity is ready to uh, learn that there is alien intelligence out there. Uh, the last short story I want to talk briefly about was called Empty Box by Alison Mulvihill. Another fun one about a guy having a virtual conversation with his sort of sweetie who may be his girlfriend, but maybe not because they've never actually met because she lives in London and might also possibly be an artificial intelligence. It's kind of left up to the reader's interpretation, but that was certainly what I walked away from it thinking. Once again, a very solid issue, really good way to cap out, to finish off 2019. Very much looking forward to 2020, starting that one. 2020 will mark Astounding / Analog's 90th year of publication, and they've got some very special things planned to celebrate that. I actually have had a chance to sort of flip through and preview the January-February issue, and there are a couple of really entertaining looking stories that I'm looking forward to delving into later and then sharing with you folks in some detail. So keep an eye on this space for that coming up sometime before, hopefully, the end of January. And of course, the Asimov's January, February, I'll try to talk about that, read some stories from that if I get a chance to look at that as well. We are up to 11 subscribers, which makes me very happy. I'm delighted that that number continues to grow. So if you like what I'm talking about here, please let me know. Drop me a line in the comments. If there was a story that you read that I didn't talk about that you really enjoyed and wanted to talk about with me, feel free to leave a comment. That's already happened once, and I'm always happy to engage with you guys in that respect as well. I apologize for my vocal quality. I have actually been sick since Thanksgiving, so that has made the holiday season slightly less than fun for me. But I'm sincerely hoping that I will bounce back soon. So that's all, and until next time, take care.